China and the Philippines are neighbors in Asia. Their proximity has led to a long and intricate relationship that has evolved over centuries, marked by periods of both cooperation and conflict. They have a relationship that stretches back hundreds of years. Historical records show that as early as the 10th century, Chinese traders were already visiting the Philippine archipelago, establishing early trade routes and cultural exchanges. In the past, they traded goods and ideas. They shared cultural connections. Chinese merchants brought silk, porcelain, and other goods, while Filipinos traded pearls, spices, and other local products. This exchange fostered a mutual respect and understanding between the two peoples. Many Filipinos have Chinese ancestry. Over time, things changed. The Chinese community in the Philippines grew, contributing significantly to the local culture and economy. They established businesses, intermarried with locals, and became an integral part of Filipino society. European countries colonized the Philippines. The Spanish arrived in the 16th century, followed by the Americans in the late 19th century. These colonial powers imposed their own systems and policies which disrupted the existing trade and cultural exchanges between China and the Philippines. This affected how the Philippines interacted with China. Colonial powers imposed new trade restrictions and policies that altered the dynamics of their relationship. Despite these challenges, some level of interaction continued, albeit under different circumstances. In the 20th century, both countries became independent nations. The Philippines gained independence from the United States in 1946, while China established the People's Republic of China in 1949. This newfound independence allowed both nations to redefine their foreign policies and bilateral relations. They had to figure out a new way to relate to each other. Diplomatic relations were established and both countries sought to rebuild their ties. This period saw the signing of various agreements aimed at fostering cooperation in trade, education, and cultural exchange. Today, China and the Philippines cooperate in some areas. They engage in trade, investment, and infrastructure projects, aiming to boost their economies. Joint ventures in sectors like energy, transportation, and technology have been particularly significant. They also disagree strongly in others. Territorial disputes in the South China Sea have led to tensions and conflicts, affecting their diplomatic relations. These disputes have sparked nationalistic sentiments and political protests, complicating the bilateral relationship. It's a complicated relationship with a long history behind it. Understanding this history is crucial to grasping the current dynamics between these two nations. The past informs the present, and the lessons learned from history can guide future interactions. One of the biggest challenges in the region is the South China Sea, a vital waterway that has become a flashpoint for international tension. This area is not only strategically important but also a symbol of national pride and sovereignty for the countries involved. This sea is crucial for global trade and rich in natural resources including vast reserves of oil and natural gas. It serves as a major shipping route with trillions of dollars worth of goods passing through each year, making it a lifeline for global commerce. China claims almost all of it, asserting dominance over the waters and the resources beneath. Their military presence in the area is a clear demonstration of their intent to control this crucial maritime region. They draw a line on the map called the 9-dash line to show their claim, a demarcation that has no basis in international law. This line, which stretches deep into the maritime territories of other nations, is a point of major contention. The Philippines strongly disagrees with this expansive claim. They have taken their case to international courts, seeking to assert their own territorial rights and protect their national interests. They argue that some of these areas fall within their exclusive economic zone as defined by international law. This zone is crucial for their fishing industry and the livelihood of many Filipinos who depend on these waters. In recent years, China has been building artificial islands and military bases in the South China Sea, further escalating tensions. These constructions are seen as a direct challenge to the sovereignty of other nations, and a move to solidify China's control over the region. They send warships and Coast Guard vessels to patrol the waters, asserting their presence and control. These patrols are often seen as aggressive maneuvers intended to intimidate other nations and deter them from asserting their own claims. Sometimes these ships come dangerously close to Filipino fishermen, blocking their way and causing confrontations at sea. These incidents not only threaten the safety of the fishermen, but also heighten the risk of a larger conflict. This ongoing dispute causes significant tension between the two countries, leading to diplomatic standoffs and protests. The situation remains volatile, with both sides unwilling to back down, making the South China Sea a potential flashpoint for future conflicts. Despite the challenges, the historical tensions, and the territorial disputes, China and the Philippines are trying to find ways to get along through continuous dialogue and mutual understanding. They have diplomatic talks to discuss their disagreements, aiming to resolve issues peacefully and strengthen bilateral relations. The two countries also cooperate on economic issues, signing agreements that benefit both nations and foster economic growth. China invests in the Philippines, particularly in infrastructure projects which are crucial for the country's development. They buy goods from each other, enhancing trade relations and ensuring a steady flow of resources and products. This helps both economies grow, creating jobs and boosting the standard of living in both countries. However, some people worry that China is using its economic power to influence the Philippines, potentially compromising its sovereignty. The economic relationship between China and the Philippines is a significant aspect of their bilateral ties. This relationship has evolved over the years, marked by increasing trade volumes and mutual investments. China is one of the Philippines' largest trading partners, with billions of dollars in trade flowing between the two countries each year. This trade encompasses a wide range of sectors, including manufacturing, agriculture, and services. They exchange a variety of goods, from electronics and machinery to agricultural products and raw materials. This diverse trade portfolio helps both nations meet their economic needs and consumer demands. This trade is vital for both economies, providing jobs and boosting growth. It also fosters technological exchange and innovation, contributing to the overall development of both countries. In addition to trade, China invests heavily in the Philippines. These investments span various sectors, including real estate, energy, and telecommunications. Chinese companies are involved in numerous infrastructure projects, including roads, bridges, and ports. These projects are often part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, aimed at enhancing global trade connectivity. These investments help improve the Philippines' infrastructure and create opportunities for economic development. They also generate employment and contribute to the local economy. However, this economic relationship is not without its challenges. Issues such as trade imbalances and concerns over labor practices have sparked debates and protests. Some Filipinos are concerned about the growing influence of China in their economy. They fear that Chinese investments might overshadow local businesses and lead to economic dependency. They worry that too much dependence on Chinese investment could lead to a loss of economic sovereignty. This concern is often voiced in public forums and media discussions. Despite these concerns, the economic ties between China and the Philippines continue to grow. Both governments are committed to addressing these issues through dialogue and cooperation. Both countries recognize the mutual benefits of their economic relationship and are working to strengthen their trade and investment ties. This ongoing collaboration aims to ensure sustainable and inclusive growth for both nations. The current state of trade between China and the Philippines is robust and multifaceted, encompassing a wide range of industries and sectors. This dynamic trade relationship has been built over decades, reflecting the economic priorities and strategic interests of both nations. China remains one of the Philippines' top trading partners, with trade volumes reaching new heights each year. The bilateral trade has seen significant growth, driven by increasing demand for goods and services, as well as strategic economic policies aimed at fostering closer ties. Key imports from China to the Philippines include electronics, machinery, and consumer goods. These imports are critical for various sectors, including technology, manufacturing, and retail, ensuring that the Philippines remains competitive in the global market. These imports are essential for the Philippines' manufacturing sector and daily consumer needs. They help drive industrial productivity and provide Filipino consumers with a wide array of products, from household items to advanced technological devices. On the other hand, the Philippines exports a variety of products to China, such as agricultural goods, electronics, and minerals. These exports are vital for the Philippines' trade balance and economic stability, showcasing the country's diverse production capabilities. These exports are crucial for the Philippines' economy, providing revenue and supporting local industries. They also create employment opportunities and contribute to the livelihoods of millions of Filipinos, particularly in rural areas. Several trade agreements underpin this dynamic relationship. These agreements are designed to enhance economic cooperation, reduce trade barriers, and create a more predictable and transparent trading environment. Notably, the ASEAN-China Free Trade Area has facilitated smoother and more efficient trade between the two countries. This agreement has been instrumental in lowering tariffs, simplifying customs procedures, and promoting investment flows. These agreements reduce tariffs and promote easier market access, benefiting businesses and consumers alike. They help lower costs for importers and exporters, making goods more affordable and accessible to the general public. The economic impact of this trade relationship is significant for both nations. It drives economic growth, fosters innovation, and enhances the overall standard of living by providing access to a broader range of goods and services. For the Philippines, it means job creation, infrastructure development, and economic growth. The influx of foreign investment and the expansion of trade activities have led to the development of new industries and the modernization of existing ones. For China, it ensures a steady supply of raw materials and agricultural products supporting its vast manufacturing and consumer markets. This supply chain stability is crucial for maintaining China's economic momentum and meeting the demands of its large population. Despite ongoing challenges and concerns about economic dependence, the trade relationship between China and the Philippines continues to thrive, demonstrating the mutual benefits and interdependence of their economies. Both countries are committed to addressing these challenges through dialogue and cooperation, ensuring a sustainable and prosperous future for their trade partnership. Cultural exchange is another important aspect of the relationship between China and the Philippines. It serves as a bridge that connects the two nations, allowing them to share their rich histories and traditions. The two countries have a long history of cultural interaction, dating back to ancient times. Historical records show that trade and migration between China and the Philippines have been ongoing for centuries, enriching both cultures. Chinese culture has had a significant influence on Filipino culture. This influence is evident in various aspects of Filipino life, including architecture, where traditional Chinese designs can be seen alongside Filipino homes. This can be seen in various aspects of Filipino life, from cuisine and language to festivals and traditions. Filipino street food often incorporates Chinese flavors, and many festivals feature Chinese elements like the dragon dance. Many Filipinos have Chinese ancestry, and Chinese communities are an integral part of Philippine society. Chinatowns in cities like Manila serve as cultural hubs where Chinese traditions are preserved and celebrated. In recent years, cultural exchange programs have further strengthened the ties between the two countries. These programs provide platforms for students and professionals to engage in meaningful cultural dialogues. These programs include student exchanges, cultural performances, and joint art exhibitions. They offer participants a chance to experience each other's cultures firsthand, fostering mutual respect and understanding. They provide opportunities for people from both countries to learn about each other's cultures and build mutual understanding. Cultural workshops and tours to historical sites are popular activities that enhance this learning experience. However, cultural exchange is not without its challenges. Differences in cultural norms and values can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. Some Filipinos are concerned about the potential for cultural dominance by China. They fear that the increasing influence of Chinese culture could erode local traditions and values. They worry that the influx of Chinese culture could overshadow local traditions and values. Efforts are being made to ensure that cultural exchange is balanced and respectful of both cultures. Despite these concerns, cultural exchange remains a vital part of the relationship between China and the Philippines. It promotes friendship and cooperation, helping to build a more harmonious relationship. It helps build bridges between the two countries and fosters a deeper understanding of each other's cultures. Through continued cultural exchange, both nations can look forward to a future of mutual respect and collaboration. The future of the relationship between China and the Philippines is uncertain. With a history marked by both cooperation and conflict, the path forward is complex and fraught with challenges. The South China Sea dispute, economic competition, and political differences add layers of difficulty to their interactions. They need to find ways to manage their disputes peacefully. Diplomatic efforts and open dialogue are crucial in addressing territorial and economic disagreements. Regular high-level meetings and confidence-building measures can help mitigate tensions and foster a more stable relationship. Both countries must work together to build trust and understanding. Joint initiatives in infrastructure, trade and cultural exchange can pave the way for a more harmonious relationship. Collaborative projects in education, technology and environmental conservation can also strengthen their ties. The world is watching to see if these two important Asian nations can find a way to coexist peacefully and productively. Their actions will set a precedent for international diplomacy in the region. Successful cooperation could inspire other nations to resolve their disputes through dialogue and mutual respect. Their success or failure will have a major impact on the region and the world. The stakes are high and the outcome will influence global economic and security dynamics for years to come. A stable and cooperative relationship between China and the Philippines could lead to greater regional integration and prosperity. The United States has been increasingly involved in the dynamics between China and the Philippines. This involvement spans various sectors, including military, economic, and diplomatic arenas, reflecting the USA's strategic interests in the Asia-Pacific region. From military alliances to economic partnerships, the USA's presence is felt in various aspects. The United States has provided military aid, conducted joint exercises, and signed numerous trade agreements with the Philippines, reinforcing their bilateral ties. This chapter will explore the strategic interests of the USA in the region, its historical ties with the Philippines, and its stance on the South China Sea disputes. We will delve into how these factors shape the geopolitical landscape and influence the balance of power in Southeast Asia. The chapter will also delve into the implications of the USA's involvement for the future of China-Philippines relations. We will examine how diplomatic engagements and military collaborations impact regional stability and bilateral relations. The United States has long-standing historical ties with the Philippines, dating back to the early 20th century when the Philippines was an American colony. This colonial history laid the foundation for a complex and multifaceted relationship that has evolved over the decades. This relationship has evolved over the years into a strategic partnership, particularly in the realms of defense and economic cooperation. The USA and the Philippines have signed numerous agreements to bolster their defense capabilities and enhance economic ties, reflecting their mutual interests. The Mutual Defense Treaty, signed in 1951, is a cornerstone of this alliance, ensuring that both nations support each other in the event of external aggression. This treaty has been pivotal in shaping the defense policies and military strategies of both countries. In recent years, the South China Sea has become a focal point of tension between China and the Philippines, with the United States playing a significant role in the dispute. The USA's involvement includes conducting freedom of navigation operations and supporting the Philippines' territorial claims. The USA has consistently supported the Philippines' claims and has conducted freedom of navigation operations to challenge China's territorial assertions. These actions are part of a broader strategy to ensure open and secure sea lanes, which are crucial for international trade and regional security. These actions underscore the USA's strategic interest in maintaining open and secure sea lanes, which are vital for global trade and security. The South China Sea is a critical maritime corridor, and the USA's efforts aim to preserve the free flow of commerce in this region. However, the USA's involvement in the region is not without controversy. There are differing opinions on whether the USA's presence acts as a stabilizing force or exacerbates regional tensions, with some viewing it as a form of interference in regional affairs. While some view it as a stabilizing force, others see it as an exacerbation of regional tensions. The presence of American military bases and the USA's active role in regional politics have sparked debates and protests, reflecting the complex nature of its involvement. The USA's military presence and its alliances with other regional players, such as Japan and Australia, contribute to a complex web of geopolitical dynamics that influence the China-Philippines relationship. These alliances are part of a broader strategy to counterbalance China's growing influence in the region. As China and the Philippines navigate their future, the USA's role will remain a critical factor. The diplomatic maneuvers and policy decisions of the USA will significantly impact the trajectory of China-Philippines relations and the broader regional dynamics. Its actions and policies will continue to shape the regional landscape, impacting not only China-Philippines relations, but also broader international diplomacy in the Asia-Pacific region. The USA's strategic interests and foreign policy objectives will play a crucial role in determining the future of this dynamic region. The interplay between these three nations will be a key determinant in the quest for peace, stability, and prosperity in the years to come. The ongoing negotiations, economic collaborations, and diplomatic engagements will shape the future of the Asia-Pacific region, with the USA playing a pivotal role in this complex equation. As we look to the future, the question remains, how can China and the Philippines resolve their differences and build a stronger, more harmonious relationship? The answer lies in a multifaceted approach that encompasses diplomacy, economic collaboration, and cultural exchange. Diplomatic efforts have always been at the forefront of these endeavors. Through continuous dialogue and negotiation, both nations can address contentious issues and find mutually acceptable solutions. High-level meetings, bilateral talks, and multilateral forums provide opportunities for both nations to voice their concerns and seek common ground. These platforms are essential for maintaining open lines of communication and preventing misunderstandings. These diplomatic channels can help in de-escalating tensions and fostering mutual understanding. By engaging in constructive dialogue, both countries can work towards peaceful resolutions and long-term stability. Economic collaboration is another crucial pathway. Strengthening trade relations and investment opportunities can lead to shared economic growth and development. Joint ventures in infrastructure, technology, and trade can create a win-win scenario where both countries benefit from shared prosperity. These partnerships can also enhance technological innovation and industrial growth. The Belt and Road Initiative, for instance, offers avenues for the Philippines to enhance its infrastructure while simultaneously strengthening economic ties with China. This initiative can lead to improved connectivity and increased economic activity in the region. Cultural exchanges also play a pivotal role in bridging gaps. By promoting mutual understanding and respect, these exchanges can help build a foundation of trust and friendship. Programs that promote educational exchanges, tourism, and cultural awareness can foster people-to-people connections. These interactions can lead to a deeper appreciation of each other's heritage and traditions. When citizens of both countries understand and appreciate each other's cultures, it lays the groundwork for a more tolerant and cooperative future. This cultural empathy can translate into stronger diplomatic and economic ties. The road to a harmonious relationship may be fraught with challenges, but with sincere efforts in diplomacy, economic collaboration, and cultural exchange, China and the Philippines can pave the way for a brighter, more peaceful future. It requires a commitment to ongoing dialogue and cooperation. The journey ahead requires patience, commitment, and a vision for a shared destiny. Both nations must be willing to invest in long-term strategies that promote peace and prosperity. By focusing on these potential solutions and strategies, both nations can work towards resolving their differences and building a relationship based on mutual respect and shared goals. This collaborative approach can lead to sustainable and lasting peace. The path forward may not be easy, but with determination and goodwill, a harmonious future is within reach. Together, China and the Philippines can create a legacy of cooperation and mutual benefit for generations to come. China and the Philippines have a symbiotic relationship, characterized by mutual dependence and cooperation in various sectors. China needs the Philippines for its strategic location in the South China Sea, which is crucial for trade routes and military strategy. The sea lanes are vital for the transportation of goods, energy supplies, and maintaining regional security. Additionally, the Philippines offers a growing market for Chinese goods and services. From electronics to everyday consumer products, Chinese businesses find a receptive audience in the Filipino market. On the other hand, the Philippines benefits from Chinese investments in infrastructure, technology, and tourism. These investments help modernize the country's facilities and attract more visitors, boosting the local economy. The economic partnership helps boost the Philippine economy, creating jobs and fostering development. From construction projects to the booming call center industry, Chinese investments play a significant role in economic growth. Both countries also share cultural and historical ties that strengthen their bilateral relationship. Festivals, shared historical landmarks, and cultural exchanges enrich the social fabric of both nations. This interdependence showcases the potential for a mutually beneficial partnership. Collaborative projects and business meetings highlight the ongoing efforts to deepen economic and diplomatic ties. While challenges do exist, the foundations for cooperation and growth are robust. Diplomatic meetings and negotiations continue to address and resolve issues, paving the way for a stable relationship. By continuing to build on these strengths, China and the Philippines can navigate the complexities of their relationship and work towards a future marked by shared prosperity and mutual respect. The vision of a collaborative future is within reach, promising benefits for both nations.